Hi, Monica. Good afternoon. How are you? Happy New Year.
Thank you, IwA. Thank you for having me and Happy New Year to you too.
It's wonderful to have you here. So, for you who are listening, welcome to the show. My name is Ava Tech, host of IwA.ai, Innovate with Authenticity. And today we have a very special guest, Monica Periade. She is the author of two books, and the most recent book is Unstoppable You. So, today we're going to talk about how to navigate with ease and authenticity as a leader in digital world. So before we go dive deep into this, let me hand it over to you, Monica, so you can introduce yourself to all of you.
Thank you, Iva. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to have met you because you are such a wonderful person. And I'm really happy. Every time I meet someone wonderful, I really get happy and happier.
That
Uh,
makes my heart feel so warm. Thank you. It's what a great
Thank you.
start of the year.
Thank you. It's true. So I come all the way from Romania, but I work all over 3 decades. I work in the Middle East and some European countries. So I can say I'm citizen of the world. I love to travel as well, and I work with corporates and also with family businesses. So I kind of have a little bit of background in the corporate settings as well in the small business companies. The book behind me, it's Unstoppable You, How to Cultivate a Winner Mindset, and it talks basically about how to build more resilient and how to overcome the fear of doubting and how to really overcome struggles, all sorts of struggle, how to learn how to navigate with these negative emotions and negative experiences. But anyway, enough about me. Because we are here today to bring some value and hopefully to deliver some value to women in leadership.
Yeah, so the fact that you are here and your experience that you have had is a gift to all of us who are listening. So share with us, what is your biggest pain or challenge that you have to overcome that really help you to, whether overcome stress or learn how to trust yourself and get to where you are today, even like motivate you to write the book.
Absolutely, absolutely. So think the biggest struggle was to be confident, to love myself, to show up for myself. So I had to relearn to love myself. But in the professional setting, it was to show up for myself in all sorts of negative, toxic situation in the workspace, and also to lead myself with confidence, to be able to communicate, to be more self-assured, to be able to communicate what I want to. I used to work well under pressure, but I didn't show up as the person that works well under pressure, that delivers, that is, how to say, a hard work, and not only a hard work, but someone who really um, finds solutions instead of, looking to be taught what to do and so on. But I didn't know how to take advantage of everything that I knew and that I delivered and so on. So I had to, at some point, I had to put the brakes and say, okay, I'm not happy. This is not going at the pace that I want, and this is not going how I want. And I had to understand that that's because I'm not confident enough, to show as my true authentic self. So in the professional life, that was for me the bridge I had to build and cross. In my personal life, it was very important for me, but one aspect of influences the other. But in my personal was to really relearn to love myself.
Yes. So, Monica, you mentioned about relearn to love yourselves, and you didn't mention it, but I can even hear a bravery underneath all the things that you mentioned. So what at what point you realize that strength, that brave inside of you, and it seems like you made a change in your life. Share with me that experience of that change. What helped
Um,
you to get to that change and overcome it?
I think you play small, you really play small, and then you end up victimizing yourself because that's what's happening. So first you play small, you play like the people pleaser because it's a trauma. It's based on trauma, on beliefs you have from your childhood or from your adolescence or from your as a young adult. So everything this influences not your work, but your ability to show up and to be appreciated or to become a leader. You see, so I always got the support roles, and I wanted more for myself. So why do I can, I received the responsibility of a leader, but I get the support role. So that was like a conflict for me. So at some point I have to I think you let it pass, you let it go until it becomes something that you can't bear to do anymore, so you can't really play small no longer. So I think it happened by default eventually. I just I was forced by my emotions, by the situation I was in, to go for building myself up from scratch.
How did you build yourself up from the scratch at the bottom of, I wouldn't say at the bottom of barrel if it's not right, but it sounds like you have experienced enough of pain and suffering, and you decide that like enough of that suffering, let's bring that pain
Absolutely,
to
absolutely.
your own life. What helped you to get
So I think
into
in
that?
personal life, I went through a divorce, and then I just put it under the rug and I covered it,
Mhm.
though it was very painful. I processed the pain for a little while, and then I put it under the rug, and I went, um, how to say, I just hide it
Mm.
and went out into the world without attending that trauma, that situation, that bad experience, because it was a trauma, it was an experience. And then in professional life, I took that, I carry subconsciously that with me, because my belief was that I'm not lovable and I'm not good enough, right? So I took that with me. So I studied a couple of years of psychology, and then I said I wanted to become, to heal myself and help other people to deal with that. And then I said, okay, I went back into the corporate settings and back into the world of professionals. So I went there, but I didn't know how to show up for myself. I didn't know what was special about me as a professional, what skills that I have. Because of my accent, I often got picked up. So I used to work in a country, like an amazing city like Dubai, where people are from all corners of the world. So you have people from Philippines, you have people from UK, all parts of UK, you have people from Switzerland, you have people from India, you have people from Pakistan, you have people from all Arab countries. So it was from China, Korea, Japan, you name it. So everybody come with his own accent. So that's why I don't have a particular accent of being British as an expat or being US or Australian, because I grew up, my English grew up in a mix, but I was in settings where I've been picked up because of my accent as an Eastern European. And then I picked up, like, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes, to be this or that. And then obviously by nature, I knew, okay, so if I deliver if I'm good at my job, if I really deliver why do I think I'm not good enough? You see? So this is where I start to, so then I start to question myself. Why am I questioning myself? You see? So it's awareness, it's mindfulness. And then it's the willingness to want to do more. So what do I need? I need to do some British Council courses. What do I need? So what do I need to improve? So and then I did all that, but I think for me the best moment was when eventually I decided to embrace myself, to accept of myself, and to love of myself, and that was in my personal life that reflected positively in my professional life.
It sounds like once you are, so it sounds like you have brought certain undesirable, painful experience from your personal life, and it's affected you in your professional life, and even living in this amazing multi-cultured, yeah, you still felt,
Yeah, to
yeah,
be
in the
honest,
Middle
that's
East,
it.
you felt like somehow there's a voice and pick it up that you are not good enough, but then you also had enough pain that actually helped you to start questioning and having that self-awareness to get you out of there. So for for other for all of us who are watching, what would you say, what's your advice or insight to help all of us, the leaders in the field, especially in IT field? You know, it's interesting. No matter where we are right now, every company is going through a digital transformation. We're integrating uh, AI or technologies in, and before integrating successful technology, often we need to have that self-awareness, that's so that we can lead our teams. It start with us, but at the same time, every time we incorporate, we also have, each of us probably have another boss. and what's your insight to help other women who feel the pressure of always have to report to boss and not having that voice, not having, how to help each of us to gain more of that awareness?
I think what I meant to say that in my professional life, because of coming from Eastern Europe and being in such a cosmopolitan city with so many, with such a diverse culture, it was, how to say, a life learning experience. But, and it also, because I was picked up, it's not, so it wasn't because was also because of my culture. At the time, I grew up under a communist regime, so under Ceausescu. So I'm not old, by the way. So because of that, I wasn't, how to say, a natural born confident person. I was always confident in my relationship with my friends, with one in one, and but as a professional, I wasn't that confident as a so that affects my, how to say, delay my gratification and my career, delay me growing as a professional. But what I would say, the question was, it's in today's world. Yeah, I think the biggest mistake, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but the biggest mistake is to rely on fully on artificial intelligence and to try to replace human altogether, because we replace ourselves. So artificial intelligence is supposed to be the tool that complete the task that takes more of our energy as a human, so but we confuse that. So then we give what you call task to artificial intelligence that doesn't allow us to be more creative anymore. So I think in this integration, it has to be done with very cautious, with so much awareness, this integration between artificial intelligence, AE technology, and human. Because in the end, as service provider, being a corporate or being a medium-sized enterprise, whatever is there, in the end, we provide not to AE, but we provide to women, to people, to humans, right? So that's why it's so important to understand how this integration helps your people. And like Richard Branson said, take care of your people, your employees, and your employee will take care of your clients. So basically, look after the people, that how this integration supports the how to say, the well-being of the people that are working in the company. And I think this is
Yes.
an ingredient.
Yes.
And as women, I think as women, it's women looking after women, and as women to grow your self-confidence. Because if you are confident that you can deliver, and you have the right set of skills for the job that you do, for the career that you have, if you have the right set of skills and you have the right confidence in delivering that job, then
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, Monica, because by the way, that was not allowed. I'm just kidding. No, that's exactly what I was wanting to hear. Because even I'm integrating, I'm helping leaders and teams integrate AI technology into the existing or new IT system to improve profits, help people to be happier at work. But yes, a lot of time I would have to tell them, hey, we're not really just integrating AI for the sake of it, but are we creating the right innovation? Are we solving the right problems? Is the problem
Mhm.
big enough for us to solve? And a lot of like things that we need to flesh out, and especially not even looking at just competition, see what other people are doing and we're copying that, but really have to look at the DNA of the organization. And you also mentioned about women, we have the ability, the confidence. It's important to have that confidence with the worlds are changing so fast. Sometimes confidence is not just about knowing everything, but just knowing that things are going to change, but we're going to do it anyway. We're assessing our positions, we keep learning, and we aligning people. So what question, I mean, one question I'd love um to ask you is, what is your biggest frustration about innovation and also women's
Mhm.
career advancement in the workplace?
I think
How can company help women in the age of AI to innovate and grow in their career when there's a lot of things we don't know? Like, it's not one experts. I could
Mhm. I think the most
in the field of
important thing is
AI.
that um, people are not taking time to know each other in
Mm,
corporate setting. And obviously, I hear a lot in the past, you don't go to work to make friends.
mm-hmm,
And it's true, and it's horrifying at the same time, because it's most of your life from, let's say, if you work 10 years in a company, it's at least 60% of your time of that 10 years, you are spending it in that company. So how am I supposed to love going there if I'm not supposed to make friends there? So of course I'm not going to make friends and go and have a chat and laugh all the time, although we see that this we integrate a lot this kind of environment. But you want to know about who's the person, who's the team I'm working with, who's married, who's not, how they are. So I think humanizing ourselves in the corporate setting, in the workspace, and then I should take the heaviness of too much work, of the small task, or you have, and the digital era, but also in a corporate setting, you have a lot of research to do, a lot of things. So AI should come and help you with the tasks that are taking time, and no one is passionate about doing it, making, how to say, I don't know, nothing comes to my mind right now because I'm out of but maybe making bookings, changing findings, meetings, helping you with emails and all kind of reminding you when to take a break, when to not. I don't know, all kind of things.
Yes. You
Uh,
mentioned, yeah, you mentioned things that you didn't even say that, but it's getting into that theme of self-compassion, self-love, taking care of yourself, and especially, there's so AI is so big now, but if you're if you're just going to work and really having that concept, like you're not really making friends at work, then how can we create truly authentic innovation if we can't really be authentic with
mm,
ourselves and we spend like 8 hours a day at work
mm.
anyway? So how did you overcome the fear and the little voice in your head when you decided to move forward from this is enough of pain and suffering. You want to change your life.
So you mean to go from the corporate settings to become a writer and
Author.
an
Hmm.
author and a self-love genie, because that's what I try to avoid the terms of coach, though I love more a motivational speaker. So if I'm in front of 10 women and they give me, so I have to deliver, depends on the topic and everything. But if I have to talk about self-love, self-compassion, self-worth, confidence, and all that comes with that, then I think I can talk and deliver for many hours. So,
Yeah.
but how did I transition from that to that? I think, first of all, it grow on me, and I did a lot of not so much as much as I wanted, volunteer, and I was looking to go to Cambodia and other countries. So I went in countries like Sri Lanka, India, Africa, to volunteer and so on. And I was thinking of adopting some children and stuff. So I was working with the coach, and then eventually she said, I think the way you are and the way you go, I think coaching is something that you might want to look into it. So let us see if this is something that you want. So eventually that was just a thought, and I work the way I work with her. I admire her work, and I worked with two coaches before, and then eventually I eventually what happened is that I decided that I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to see women thriving. I want to see women that love themselves, that um, they feel good about who they are, and they don't crash, they don't lose themselves entirely just because something doesn't go the way they want. And i I really wanted to give to the women the same, how to say, experiences and learn lessons I give to myself. And no more rejection, no more needs for approval. So this is what I learned for myself. So that's why it's so important to me, because we often look, and I think it comes with our childhood. It comes with not only with our childhood, because a childhood can be perfect, you know, at the surface level. You can grow up with wonderful parents, or parents with wonderful intention but poor delivery. And what
Mm,
I mean by that, they give you everything but they are not present.
mm,
Wonderful intention, poor delivery. Or the moment you want to show up for yourself as a child, your parent is tired from having such big career and stuff like that, and having something else, and then you say, go play, or take some money, or even say, shh, you are talking nonsense. So all kind of things can happen in someone's life that will affect someone's professional life and personal life. And even big achiever, what happened with the big achiever, they are um, restless. So you have the typology of a person that is restless. So I want rest. Okay, I achieved that. So now I have to achieve something else. So I want to achieve more and achieve more and achieve more. So we see people who stay up until midnight in the offices just to prove themselves, and in all sorts of roles, and this is not okay. To my personal belief, this is not okay.
Yes. So Monica, you mentioned many things, many great things there. So it's from the intentions, but not the delivery, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes like, just want to, like, in a way, it make me think of like focusing maybe on the result only, but
Mhm.
not really about the process.
Absolutely.
And then the more for some high achievers, it's nothing wrong with it, but also
Mhm.
the intention, where it came from. Like, is it to keep filling the cup that never can be filled,
Exactly. So there
or
is something wrong. There you go.
yeah, or is it from like achieving a purpose that really fulfilling, um like a calling, like, for example, what you do now. So when you encounter that feeling, even that internal conflicts inside, what should I do? Like, how do I overcome the challenge of knowing if I'm making the right decision? What is the first thing that you do to overcome it and to realize what's the right decision for you?
I think being clear with who you are, then you will know if you make the right decision. Learning the code of your inner colors. So learning to understand yourself. So that's why they say intuition. Trust your intuition. But if there is a lot of internal chaos, so with women in leadership, I think the biggest problem is it's not that they are not confident, or I think it's burnt out, it's being overstressed, balancing the life between personal life with work life, you know um, being able to to speak up for themselves, because as a woman in a corporate world you are in minority, because in the leadership are more men, and it's always been like that, and it's okay. But we don't discuss that, but how to be able to speak up without being overstressed that you have to speak up, and that you speak up what are the consequences, not overthinking, as a women in leadership, not overthinking, because sometimes overthinking stops us and gives us tremendous stress as well. And I think the biggest problem for women, the biggest pain point for women in leadership is um, enjoying what they achieve so far.
Yes. So
Like I
in
said from the beginning, if you remember in the previous session, in our previous meetings, it's like I said, having a list of your accolades, of the things that you achieve, of the things that you are good, of the things that you deliver, no matter in which role and position you are, even as a mother at home, having a vision, and even writing it down of the things that you are really great at.
Mhm.
So we tend to dismiss these things. Like if you look at 2023, everybody says to a better year. But did you give the gratitude to the year of 2023? How many things that you didn't have in 2022 that you achieved in 2023, and now you just dismiss them by looking to a 2024? So it's the
Mhm.
same as a woman in leadership. You see,
Mhm.
you grow, you achieve, but then you don't see them. So this is
Yeah.
one of the biggest pain points of women in leadership.
Yes. So it sounds like bypassing all the success that you've done in 2023 and like already looking ahead, but never really the present and sending your own gratitude. So one thing you mentioned is to really sit down, maybe self-reflect, write it down, all the great things that we've done in 2023 before even thinking about 2024, because we need to
Absolutely.
really celebrate where we are, even the smallest victory, so that we can continue and go forward. One more questions here for you, Monica. So in a corporate settings, women in leadership, we're going through digital transformation. We have to make decisions, and we have people that we have to align with, whether it's bosses, whether it's stakeholders. And if we see some red flags, how of personalities getting into the way of certain unwritten rule or culture that really hinder women to grow professionally, especially in international and even hybrid and virtual work settings. So what are some of the tools can women leaders recognize that red flag before it become so big and like we've suppressed our feelings again? And what are some of the tools that you use to overcome?
So to recognize any toxicity, I would say anything that it can build up and becomes a problem later. I think we are all equipped. Our brain are designed for surviving, so we are all equipped to see the red flags. Some not as easy. Some are really natural born to see the red flags. So basically, first of all, listen to your body. Wherever you are, even if you are in the workspace, listen to your body, listen what your body has to say. And then listen to your mind, because when you want to manifest love, you manifest from your soul. When you want to manifest materialistic things, you manifest from your mind. So basically, those are the two main, how to say, materials that are made, the world is made of, the material part and the energy part. So the energy part is listening to your body, how your body responds to certain things, and then listen to your mind, what your mind is saying. So there's a correlation there and so on. So seeing the red flags, I'm walking blindly here because I don't really know what red flags can be in that
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, so it's just in general, but like here is another maybe insight into this question is that whatever the red flag is, whether it's interpersonal or there is like something that you don't feel is right,
Mhm,
and you're right, like listening to our body is
mhm,
I teach mindfulness
mhm,
at Stanford and in the Bay Area, and I teach leaders.
mhm.
They really appreciate that. But in the corporate setting, sometimes when even when we listen to it, but then there's external red flags or the external force that you say like toxicity can come back stronger, and sometimes we have doubts to the signals and what are some of the things can we do to really overcome it or recognize.
A red flag in the workspace. It's when you are not comfortable with
Mm,
speaking up for yourself, where you are not comfortable, you are not sure if you are thinking right. I mean, it's like when you are in a toxic controlling relationship, you will doubt, second guess anything you say. So it can go, and I've been there in both. In my professional, I was so lucky to be both the professional and the personal life in a toxic controlling situationship, like I
mm,
like to say. So basically, a red flag is when you are not comfortable, and you, even if you can't point at what is, you know that you have a situation. So then you have to introspection. You ask yourself, you inspire me. So it always starts. If you want to identify a red flag, what's wrong, you know, you get a set of alarm, that you're not comfortable with where you are. That's and could be a boss that says something, could be someone's being promoted not over you, but someone being promoted without making sense of that promotion, with finding out that you are overworked while somebody else is doing I don't know what, and you are not appreciated. So it could be, I don't know, all sorts of scenarios. But I say, if you start to doubt yourself, if you start to question yourself, if you are not comfortable, if your body is not, if you are not happy going to that place of work, it's no one's duty to make you happy, but also no space, place, or human should make you unhappy. No money can pay that for you.
Yes.
So corporates, organization, entity, enterprises can achieve that with the right words. Words are seeds, so you need to have the right people. AE will help because will give so much information at the step door of each employee, of each group, team, and so on. But without human touch, you can't achieve, how to say, success. I don't know, you can't achieve that. So basically, have the people that can inspire your team, work with people that can coach your team, have your people been feel listened to.
Yes, like being listened to, creating that even safe environment. And I would even argue that, especially when you listen to this red flags and you don't know why, and that's especially to pay attention to, because it's hard to pinpoint, because often this kind of negativity might be very nuanced and might be very covert. You don't even know, but it's
Subtle,
just
yes.
so
Subtle.
subtle. So learning how to read our body language, our feeling inside, it's even more critical in those situations.
So let's say you are a woman in leadership and you have a great position with that comes with great responsibility and so much that you give. And you have someone in a supportive role, a team, and one of your team is married and or anyway, and she has a toxic relationship home, but she's such an efficient employee, a team member. So basically, you wouldn't know what she's going through and you wouldn't know how to help her, although it's not your. But if you have the right system, but also if you know the people you are working, you can see the signs, and you can quickly assign. So that will create a great environment and that will help people. And you just turnover of employees, it's a problem, it's always been, and it's a cost. So I think making people seen, they will double deliver. You just ask, is everything okay home? Can we be, can there is anything? I mean, an employee should not be afraid to come and ask for some time off. And you as a woman in leadership, you should be, how to say, not should, I don't know, because the organizational, I'm not the organization itself, but I think a woman in leadership should be present there. And not only the HR, not only leave to the HR. So if I'm a woman in leadership, I would like to know, if you are my support, if you are my right hand, I would love to know what you're dealing with and to know how to make your life a little bit better so you can make my professional life a little bit better.
Yeah, so it's having almost like a sponsors and champions, and you know,
Absolutely.
not just HR alone. These are
Mhm.
very helpful nuggets for all of you who are watching today, Monica. So, um, what would be what advice that would you like to give to women, professional women leaders
Mhm.
who wanted to grow their career,
Mhm.
especially in digital space nowadays in 2024?
So if you have the right tools, so I don't know, digital space. I'm dealing with I'm in a digital space right now.
Mhm.
So And I have to learn so much that I get out of my comfort zone every time, and I
Mhm.
still know nothing about the digital world. And I mean, I'm not how to say, I'm not someone who doesn't know things, or I'm my house, it's gadgets here and there everywhere. So, but still, the digital world is so vast, it's so huge, right? So I would say you don't have to know everything. If
Mhm.
you are a woman in leadership in IT, let's say, right, in the IT segment, you
Mhm.
definitely know your craft, you know your thing. So I want you to hold into that thing and, celebrate for what you know, and excel at what you know. Because you don't need to know everything, but you need to know what you need to upscale what you know. You
Mhm.
need to bring what you know to a different level, and
Mhm.
that will give you confidence, right?
Yes. It's
So
almost, yeah, almost like you're saying, know your innate strength and you don't know have to know everything, but know it well, and you can really use that superpower, that innate strength to the next level.
absolutely, the digital world is so vast. That's why you
Yeah.
have people who can marketing. There are people um, who are in marketing with branding, and marketing with something else, and marketing with um, publicity, and all sorts of, right?
Mhm.
So it's like how to say, having the right designer is part of a marketing, can be hired by the marketing department, but it's just one dot of it. So you don't have to know, as a woman in leadership, everything that is going on. You just have to have overall understanding, but you have to know what you need to know.
Mhm. You need to
You
know
know?
what you need to know. Yes,
The
absolutely.
task, the job responsibility, that's where you have to have, and be, how to say, confident, work on your level of confidence, and be a people person. When you
Mhm.
are a people person, you can't fail, because if you learn about the people you are working with as a woman in leadership, you know the more you interact with people, because as an IT, I think we tend to seclude ourselves because the roles are in such a way. So it's important to look out and to seek, how to say, human interaction, um, to to have a good support system, in not only professional but also personal. But as a woman in leadership, just know that, encourage yourself. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know to excel at what you already know.
Yeah. Mm, wonderful. Thank you, Monica. Any last word before we end, or any insights even from this conversation?
I think the worst enemy of all is to criticize yourself, or
Mhm.
to be too lenient with yourself. So you, as people, we need to find a balance between that. So, but we are made of love. That's how I see things. So loving yourself will get you to all the answers that you need, and find people that love to see you thrive. So not don't really look for people that you can pay to deliver something, especially to teach you something that you don't know, because all obviously they don't know what you know, and you don't know what they know. But
Mhm.
find people that you can relate to, that they care, that they love to see you thrive, and work with people. So how to say, the president of the United States of America, whoever was 50 years ago or today, has a coach on his own.
Mm, right.
An excellent gymnast has a coach on his own. So find the right people to help you enhance the skills that you need to become a better leader.
Yes, find the right people to partner with and to help you and to support you, and also understanding our own inner strengths. We have a
Mhm.
lot to offer already.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
where can people find you and connect with you?
LinkedIn, I think it's the professional platform, because we've been talking about women in leadership and professional women in corporate settings. So I think I can easily be found there by just monicaperiade.com. I can send you the link later. I think I already did that. Send you the link so you can post that along with the podcast. But basically, if they type Monica Periade, they can easily find me. And also they can find me through the website, monicaperiade.com. They can get, if they mention the name of this podcast and your name, the IwA and IwA.ae, they can get a free, entirely free 20 minutes value of a call with me, where I can help them find an answer to a big pain that they want to attend.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you for listening. Happy New Year to you. My name is IwA Tech, the host of IwA.ai. So reach out to Monica and mention IwA.ai Innovate with Authenticity podcast, and she will be happy to have a conversation with you for 20 minutes. So with that, have a fantastic afternoon and see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Monica.